who's ready for some romance. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and today I'm telling you my TBR for the Romanceathon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did do a whole announcement video on like what Romanceathon is, and all of the information is in that video, but I'll give you the rough summary. Basically, between June 12th and the 18th, we are going to be set on a mission to read as much romance books as we can. And we did throw in a few prompts just to kind of make it a little bit more fun. So with this week-long readathon, just to let you guys know, I do work a full-time 9-to-5 job. So reading 5 books in a week isn't impossible because I did it for another readathon, but it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for me. The cool thing is with this readathon, you can actually double up on prompts, or find books that fit multiple prompts and things like that. So that's what I plan on doing. I have 5 books to talk about, so let's go ahead and jump into them. So the first one we are doing is the buddy read, which is Someday by Emma Scott. This one I'm really excited about. I've never read anything by this author before, so I'm really intrigued on like how her writing style is. I do know this is a male romance. This one involves a guy named Max, and I think he is taking care of a CEO, and I think he starts having feelings for either the son or the grandson of whoever he's taking care of. So I'm really excited about this one, so definitely check this one out if you want to participate in the buddy read. The next trope is Hate to Love, and I am choosing to do Beach Read by Emily Henry. This one involves 2 rivaling authors, and basically they decide to go to a lake house and they find out that they're like living right next door to each other, and they're struggling with writer's block, so they decide to switch genres. So he's going to be writing romance, and I think she's supposed to be writing like contemporary fiction. So, and I think they start having feelings for each other. So this one sounds super cute. I was originally going to take this to the beach with me because it's beach read, but I felt like this was a perfect book to read for the Romanceathon. The next 2 prompts I'm actually doubling up on, which is Cover Love and BIPOC author, and I'm going to be reading Eleanor and Gray, which I've heard nothing but wonderful things about this one. This one involves a second chance romance, which I think I like. I'm pretty much I really like second chance romances, but this one has to do with a couple who something happened to where it didn't work out, and now years later she takes a nannying position to watch a little boy, but the boy happens to be the guy she fell in love with son. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait to read this one. I love this cover. Like, look at all, I love purples and blues, like so beautiful. So yeah, so this is by Brittany C. Cherry, and I'm super excited to read this one. The next one is to read an indie romance author's book, and I found this one on TikTok and I wanted to read it sooner, but I decided to wait and save it for Romanceathon. But I'm going to be reading The Finest Hour, or Our Finest Hour, by Jennifer McMillican. And this one, she had this crazy TikTok that I think kind of went viral, but basically she breaks up with a guy, she decides to go out to the bars with her best friend, and she meets this guy, and like chemistry is just wonderful, and they decide to go back to his house, and basically one thing leads to another. They decide to hook up, but they never exchange last names and promise to never see each other again. Afterwards, she finds out she's pregnant, but she can't get in contact with the guy because they never, exchange that information. Now, a few years later, she is actually having to have her daughter have emergency surgery, and guess who's the surgeon that's going to be operating on her daughter? The baby daddy. So I think it's another second chance romance, which I'm all for. This is also a beautiful cover as well, so yeah, I'm super excited to read this one. The next one is Out of Comfort, and I don't know what's out of my comfort zone. Like, I really didn't know what to do for this prompt, so I think I'm just going to skip it, honestly, just because nothing's off limits for me. I mean, I could do smut. It's not out of comfort. I just choose not to read those. So I don't know. But I decided to skip the out of comfort zone. The next one is to read your favorite romance author's backlist. So anybody want to guess who my favorite romance author is? Well, surprise, it's Colleen Hoover. So I decided the only one that I own that I have not read that I keep putting off is Regretting You. This one says Morgan Grant and her 16-year-old daughter Claire would like nothing more than to be nothing alike. Morgan is determined to prevent her daughter from making the same mistake she did by getting pregnant and married way too young. Morgan put her own dreams on hold. Clara doesn't want to follow her mother's footsteps. Her predictable mother doesn't have a spontaneous bone in her body. With varying personalities and conflicting goals, Morgan and Clara find it increasingly difficult to coexist. The only person who can bring peace to the household is Chris, Morgan's husband, Clara's father, and the family anchor. But the peace is shattered when Chris is involved in a tragic and questionable accident. The heartbreaking and long-lasting consequences will reach far beyond just Morgan and Clara. With struggling to rebuild everything that crashed around them, Morgan finds comfort in the last person she expected to, and Clara turns to the one boy she's been forbidden to see. With each passing day, new secrets, resentment, and misunderstandings make mother and daughter fall further apart, so far apart that it might be impossible for them to ever fall back together. So this is a mother-daughter relationship, however it's got some romance aspects to it, so I'm excited, and I will officially have read every single Colleen Hoover that I own. Now I know there's more that I have to buy, but the ones on my shelves will be officially read after that one. And the last prompt is a new to you romance authors. So I discovered I have not read any of these authors backwards except the Colleen Hoover ones. So yeah, all of these are going to fit this prompt as well except the Colleen Hoover. So yeah, I'm super excited. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys got some inspiration or decide to join us for the Romanceathon readathon. So as always, make sure you subscribe because I will be vlogging my experience with this readathon and doing other things on all my other social medias like Instagram. So make sure you guys follow and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.